Hello, folks. Welcome back. Here to talk about Collision with you guys. Saturday was overall, it was an average, I would say, episode of Collision. But the big highlight, though, was the main event between MJF and Kenny Omega, which a great match, very good TV match, a match of the year contender. I'll say that. MJF versus Bryan Danielson at Revolution, and Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega at Forbidden Door, I would say, are ahead of those, definitely. As far as two to come off the top of my head, but all in all, MJF Kenny Omega, that was the big advertisement for the show. But the rest of the show I felt was decent. See, the issue with Collision, it feels nowadays, it's odd because, feels like Bullet Club Gold is mostly feuding with guys. It feels like they should be going after Tag Team Gold or maybe Trios Gold, the rest of Bullet Club Gold. But last we got matches with Don Castle's The Boys, which were jobber matches. It feels like they keep doing squash matches, the last few weeks. We did get a return by Los Ignorables, LFI. Rush, Dralisico, and Preston Vance, Andrade El Idolo's allies, as they return to help aid FTR against the House of Black. Faction versus faction, direction for these guys be a great thing. We haven't seen a lot, but we've seen vignettes of LFI, and they've been good. So, to return here, I get, we know House of Black are looking to make a number of enemies in the return to Collision, which is fun thing. Them just on TV is great. But yeah, some slew of good matches is just bound to develop out of all these factions. It's fun to see. So that was the other big highlight besides Julie Hart returning, which again, kudos to, big congrats to Lee Johnson and Julie Hart. Good to see her back. We did get an update on Bryan Danielson. So, according to Claudio Castagnoli, which take it however you want to, Claudio said Bryan suffered a broken orbital bone. If it's legit, that sucks, really, because, Bryan's on his last full-time tour. So, yeah, it sucks for him to have another injury already. Especially in the ring with Okada. Now, I did highlight on Dynamite Review, I did say this could be a way also to set up a rematch. We'll see. Yeah, that does suck though. For Bryan. Feels like he was really hitting his stride on Collision with, Punk now fired and Bryan kind of taking the reins of Collision, but yeah, that sucks. But yeah, we shall go over all of Collision. Best as follows. Of course, before we do, subscribe if you want to. If you're new to the channel, or if you just want to see more videos, subscription there somewhere on the side. So yeah, notification bell, all of that jazz. Let's get into it. So, Collision start off on a decent front. So, Jay White, Bullet Cup Gold, great way to start. Jay White though versus AR Fox. So, and we know Jay White is challenging for the AEW World Championship at Full Gear. Match show with Fox fine, we know he's good, but the fact is, his booking has been very off. Introduced into the Mogul Embassy. And then they wanted us to make it seem as a big deal, and then he got kicked out just a couple weeks later. Yeah. So, but match show here with Jay White and AR Fox was a good match. So, Fox kind of cleaned house with a dive to the outside. First Bullet Cup Gold, and then Jay White a twisting suplex with a senton Tomiko for near fall. Jay White was on top. He basically assisted Spanish Fly for near fall. So Fox went for the finish. She went for 450, but off top, but White moved out of the way. Bad back and forth, but ultimately, Jay White got the upper hand, landed the Blade Runner, 1, 2, 3, and Jay White wins. Afterwards, we got a little backstage promo of the Acclaim. So, this week was apparently their 62nd day as AEW Trios Champions. Yeah, excuse me. And then apparently next week will be their 69 day celebration. So there you go. Yada yada. Some stuff was said. Anyways, yeah. So Next we got, so I'm guessing the Guns and Juice Robinson. Still out there. So, Don Castle's backup, aka the Boys, they're out there. They made an entrance for a match with the Guns. Again, simple retent to Yuma by the Guns. Like I said, a lot of these weeks it feels like it. I mean, it's great to have Bullet Cup go on the show, but I mean, feuding with a lot of times there's feeling with they're just feuding with or facing, lower card talents, and it feels like throwaway matches a lot, and not a lot of meaning behind Bullet Cup Gold. When they're called Bullet Cup Gold for a reason, should be going. I may be getting ahead of myself, but get the point. So, got a very nice promo of MJF versus Kenny Omega for later night. So, look, love this promo. And, I get how people were, very, or I would say mixed on having this match this early on Collision for the AEW World title. Yeah. I get it, but, a great match. Like I said, from the respect I was given after the match, if it leads to the Elite, like I mentioned on my Dynamite review, if the Elite are MJF's partners on Wednesday, then I fully get. Ryan Nemeth, who I didn't realize also is going to star in that Von Erich Anaconda movie with MJF, Jeremy Allen White, Zac Efron, etc. I am. So, he apparently was at CJ Perry's store looking to recruit as she is looking to find someone to manage not named Miro. So, the door opened, he knocked, and it turned out to be Miro. And he just lightly asked, "Hey, is CJ in there?" And then Miro was like, "Of course, come on in." And then he attacked Ryan Nemeth and closed the door. I mean, hilarious. Now, the part where I said this was an average episode, I mean, there were a good portion of parts on the show. why people get upset about the direction of the women's division. So, just you have all these very talented women's wrestlers in the women's division, and then you look at these two matches this week. I mean, yeah, the disappointing match of Shida and Solo on Wednesday, and then on Saturday night, we have not seen Abadon in months, on TV in months. And because it's Halloween, like, episode, we had Abadon win a 4-way women's match against Sky Blue, Will Nightingale, and Anna Jay to randomly get a shot at Shida for the women's title, and they call it Friday Night Fight. I mean, there was pumpkins, there was weapons, can't. Anyway, so I saw something online saying she was dressed up as a character from Resident Evil, like Ada Wong or something. Anyways, so she won here. I mean, kendo stick involved. A broomstick. She had katana knee not once or twice, which got the win. Using a jack-o'-lantern. Yeah. Anyway, she wins. On to next. Got the issues. I don't get it. How? Anyways, after Tony Storm ran out there, and apparently it's official, it'll be Tony Storm for Shida at Full Gear. Should be a good match. So she was kind of taking the spotlight away from Shida. Yeah, her and her gimmick has been really the main highlight of the women's division right now. So, yeah. Of course, the big question will be, do we see Mercedes? I mean, it's at the Kia Forum. You know, we'll see. Samoa Joe. This one they kind of picked up, I would say. You know, great to see Samoa Joe. Went one-on-one with Rhett Tytus. You know, Rhett Tytus, apparently former Ring of Honor TV champion. I mean, I know Samoa Joe said he was on his march, per se, to get a rematch for the world title. Playing him against Ring of Honor talent, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But we got a great spot here where Samoa Joe, funniest spot is when he just walks away from a flying opponent. I mean, that's just hilarious. Um, so Tice made a bit of comeback, but he flew into a Uranagi, followed with a rear naked choke by Joe, which got the win. So there we go. Claudio Castagnoli. He was backstage, and he provided an update on Bryan Danielson. Said a broken elbow bone. He doesn't know if it was from the Orange Punch or the Rainmaker. Who knows? But he looks to get revenge on both. Okada in Japan, anytime, anywhere. And he said for Orange, next week, Wednesday, it's him and Orange for the International Championship. You know what I'm capable of. And the thought of it is very frightening. Ricky Starks versus Dax Harwood. This match between two very good competitors. So, finish of the match was iffy, I'd say. So the action picked up before the break. Chin wrestling some chops, and then they're on the outside. Starks a suplex on the ramp. And then after they got from break, Dax got cradled. They were changing roll-ups back and forth for a bit. But Dax locked on Brainbuster after a lariat for a near fall. Dax hit a pile driver, but Big Bill pulled him out of the ring. And FTR were targeting their attention to Big Bill. All of a sudden, so then Dax gets back in the ring, starts him with a power driver of his own, and gets the win. There you go. So, I saw something the other day saying, well, because it has been a strange situation. So, it said that FTR did not want to job to Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team titles. Now, been watching, following up with Don with AEW, and it's been a weird situation. The Young Bucks won a number one contenders match at WrestleDream for the AEW World Tag Team titles. On the Saturday after, FTR got squashed by Big Bill and Ricky Starks to win the AEW World Tag Team titles. And the Bucks, we saw on Wednesday, I forgot to mention it, but did not mention anything about FTR, did not mention anything about Big Bill and Ricky Starks. Now, we still have what, 2.5 weeks to go? But I mean, it's like very odd because nothing has been said. Really, I mean, I don't even know. Barely keep up with it anymore. BT being the elite, I don't even know if they've said anything on there. But yeah, it's been an odd situation. Anyway, Sarks gets the win. Afterwards, so House of Black appeared. They appeared in the crowd, watching on this match. So, excuse me. So, we see the lights go out after them finish. They come back on, Julia Hart's on the stage. And like I said, great to see her back. You know, she really adds to the House of Black. You know, her presentation. And then, you know, didn't have to, but the lights go out again. Come back on. House of Black's in the ring. And it's kind of an uneasy situation for FTR because they're outnumbered. So, as when we hear LFI's music, it's much easier for me to just say LFI. Roosh, Preston Vance, Jalisco with Jose the assistant. They were all out there. They aided FTR against the tag team champions and House of Black. So there you go. Yeah, but plenty of interesting matchups here. So potential matchups. So I mean Malachi versus Roosh. Malachi versus Preston Vance maybe. But I mean Roosh versus like Matthews, Roosh versus Roy King. Yeah, you got some very good matches. I mean Andrade, you know his affiliation with Roosh. Could be an interesting gang warfare situation. I mean, Roosh versus Ricky Starks. Some interesting ideas. But, yeah, ways to get these factions on TV. Good idea. Andrade El Idolo. Speaking of which, was backstage with Lexi Nair. Asked about his opinion about what's been going on the last couple weeks. He basically said his business is his business and no one else's. So he left. Lexi was like, I am not sure what that means. So we got. I'm just gonna say it was good seeing Chris Statlander. I'm just gonna say that. So we got Chris Statlander, Willow, and Sky Blue backstage. So Chris Statlander, she mentioned the 4-way match from Rampage, how they both had chances to face Shida, and they didn't get done, and she's just wondering what the heck's been going on with them. And Willow mentions, and you can tell with Sky Blue's demeanor and her makeup, like something's been up. And Willow mentions how she would like to face Shida earlier instead of Abadon. And she mentioned how Julia Hart is back and how she missed her in the eyes. And Sky Blue just blatantly said, well, whatever I say to Julia, it's between me and her. I'm going to say it to her. And she walked off. Darker version of Sky Blue. It's been working. I'll say it's been working. So we got Claudio Castagnoli off his promo earlier. So he went one-on-one with, I didn't get his full name, but I saw his last name was Williams. Fairly sure he battered this poor guy. He hit multiple lariats. He hit a big uppercut for the win. Afterwards, he locked on a label lock. And there you go. So yeah, Claudio versus Orange on Wednesday assignment. It's going to be an interesting match. I mean, I don't see Claudio winning, but I wouldn't mind seeing him go over. Ultimately, though, it will probably lead to a rematch with Jon Moxley at Full Gear. And then the main event, the main excitement for the show, main build. Kenny Omega, MJF for the AEW World Championship. I do agree. I do kind of wish that this match, as big as it is, could have been built for a pay-per-view. But hey, this is only the first. I imagine there's going to be a sequel. Which I don't know how it's going to be as good as the first was. But we'll see. So, Omega rises a Terminator dive to the outside. MJF followed with a bit of a moonsault himself, or bit of dive to the outside as well. So MJF caught Omega with a powerbomb backbreaker per se. Kind of still drops him more of a powerbomb, but still. Omega followed back a moonsault on the outside. Omega really hit the offense here. He hit a top rope drop kick to the back of the head for a 2. Went for the You Can't Escape, but MJF countered. Omega followed the Yushi Goroshi. Followed a baseball slide, knocking MJF because he was on the outside into the commentary table. Yeah, back in the ring. Buckle bomb by Omega into a big lariat which knocked them both down after an exchange of roll-ups back and forth. So there was a table-ups. There was a table set up outside, which, I mean, if there's one spot that people do get a bit tired of, especially in a regular match, it's a table spot on the outside. If we see a lot, but anywho. So there was a table set up. Omega was on the apron. Hit MJF with a gut-wrench powerbomb. Almost dropped him, it looked like. But got enough, and he set out powerbomb to MJF through his table on the outside. So back in the ring, Omega power or poison run. MJF hit Made in Japan, but only for 2. Omega hit a power driver. Followed up then with a Snapdragon V-trigger combo for 2. Don Callis. Now, feels like his spot was botched, if I had to guess. I mean, Omega going for the one-winged angel, dropping him because he sees Don Callis out there. I mean, it felt a bit clunky when he could have won the title there. So, Don Callis didn't really get involved. He was just back for the ringside on the apron, was tossed out. There you go. So, MJF, in honor of Adam Cole, went for a Panama Sunrise. Omega countered with a high stack roll up for a near fall. MJF hit a Heat Seeker, but only for 2. Again, back and forth. MJF hit a super kick after he propelled Omega on the top rope. Went into a Panama Sunrise then. Followed with Heat Seeker one more time. And MJF followed up for the win. Yeah, great match. Not much to say. After the show, he showed respect. So, they both had some words. So, MJF had told a story praising Omega for helping him when he was 19, watching his match and letting him pick his brain. And he'll always remember him for that. And he thanked Omega, he thanked the Bucks, he thanked Tony, he thanked Cody Rhodes. Talked about guys who wanted to aspire to be, such as Bryan, Danielson, Samoa Joe. Omega. So first he said some words saying, well, his body's not how it used to be. Certain stuff. But then he said, well, he says he'll be fine. He said that science has improved and that when it comes to best moments of 2023, 2024, 2025, he'll make sure he's involved. So, praise MJF, and also said, since he has the mic, he bid them adieu, goodbye, and good night. Bang. So there you go. Yeah, great match. Great way to end the show. The rest of the show left to be desired a bit, but I did like LFI. House Black, that was fun. Yeah, we'll see how it goes on Dynamite. Few matches looking forward to. We'll see. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining me. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a thumbs up. Also, if you liked Rampage, be sure to leave a like up as well. But adios, see you guys for Thursday for Dynamite, and then next week for Collision. But have a good night. Peace. See you guys Thursday.